That ear-piercing scream is an unruly child on a transatlantic flight to New York. The passengers describe an 8-hour flight from hell with non-stop and nerve-jangling screaming and fussing. They even covered their ears to drown out the 3-year-old. His mom was overheard telling flight attendants he has behavioral problems. Passenger Shane Townley shot the video.
She kind of looked like she was used to it. He was climbing all over the chairs. He was just screaming, would not let up. He was running up and down the aisles. There was nothing she could do.
Before the plane even took off from Germany, the child's mother could be heard asking a flight attendant to turn on the Wi-Fi so the child could be appeased with an iPad. She was also heard pleading, "Calm down, honey."
Everybody was just kind of looking at each other like, oh, this is going to be a long flight.
The passengers sure were relieved when the flight finally landed at Newark International Airport after 8 hours of screaming. The worst flight ever happened in August, but the video just came to light today. So what should you do to control an unruly child on a plane? We asked parenting expert Liz Stern.
You need to come on this plane prepared because you know the baby is going to start crying, passengers are going to get upset, but you need as a parent to actively be prepared for this. Snacks are really important. To have snacks prepared for the baby or the child. Also a book, maybe a favorite book or a favorite toy. You can also try an iPad, download ahead of time songs that a baby might like to soothe the baby.
Tips that could have prevented this nightmare flight.
Observations of Sweet 16 parties. Number one, you only get one in your lifetime, and number two, shouldn't be there. But it was. Number two, that is, at Jacinda's Sweet 16 party in Levittown Sunday evening, and it came from the sky. We are standing at ground zero?
Yeah, absolutely, right here. This was the spot.
Joe Cambray, Jacinda's stepfather, was playing horseshoes in the backyard. Others were swimming. About 40 people were there when it started raining. Only it wasn't raining.
And out of nowhere from the sky comes a bunch of feces, lands on here very hard.
It slammed into the middle of his canopy, the canopy he just bought hours earlier to give his guests a little protection from the elements, not realizing, of course, which element he'd be protecting them from.
Landed on the baby seat that was here.
We'll spare you the close-up. Trust us, it's there.
We just got done with cake, thank God. We took the cake back in because within 2 minutes, something fell from the sky. It was brown. It was everywhere. It got on everything.
I grabbed the hose, immediately start lining things up, and I took the canopy, put it in the lawn to start washing off.
Planes above me.
Joe's tech-savvy sister grabbed her smartphone and used an app to figure out 5 planes were flying above them at that moment. Not that the information offered much comfort right then. Your face says it all.
It was gross.
I was eating cake, and then I just heard a big splat.
Splat is a pretty good description. Here's another.
It looked like if 100 birds flew over and went to the bathroom all simultaneously, that's what it looked like.
Definitely not legal.
She's right. The FAA tells us all airplanes are required to dispose of the waste at an airport, which means in airport lingo, Jacinda's Sweet 16 party certainly should have qualified as a duty-free zone.
And everybody was not very happy.